Anne is meeting Dr. Sage to discuss her recent problems. Anne has been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder and has been recommended dialectical behavioral therapy. Dialectical behavioral therapy can be group sessions or one-on-one. Like the sessions Anne is taking, her problems began early in high school with her mom noticing patterns of unstable relationships and emotions. Recently, her problems have reached an ultimate high.
And I'm Dr. Sage. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I know this must be nerve-wracking you being here and all, but I promise you it's going to be okay. Well, do you want to start off by telling me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I don't really know what to say. I mean, I'm really only here because my mom wanted me to be here.
Yeah, I was looking through your files and she's mentioned that she was just worried about you. Yeah, that's okay. So that's good. Do you play any sports?
Not really.
Like hang out with friends?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me a little about your friends?
I mean, I really like to hang out with them, but I don't really do it very often.
Why is that?
I mean, it's not really a big deal. There's not like a real reason why.
That's okay, sweetheart. You can tell me anything. Like I said, anything in here is just between me and you.
What Anne is referring to are symptoms of her disorder. Patients with borderline personality disorder often demonstrate an unstable identity, impulsive emotions, and most significantly, unstable relationships. BPA is a cluster B personality disorder, which is characterized by such traits. Patients with borderline personality disorder most often have other mental illnesses as well, most commonly depression, but according to NIMH survey, young women like Anne with borderline personality disorder are at great risk for having MDD, an anxiety disorder, eating disorder, or substance abuse.
I just kind of feel numb and like not really sad or angry, and then other times I feel really sad and really angry, and I don't know, it's just like it's hard for me to kind of fit in with the world because it's like no one else feels the way I do. And I just don't really have control over how I feel, and it's better for me to be alone. And I don't know, it's just, whenever I hang out with people, I just always have to pretend to be something that I'm not, and it's so exhausting that I never want to do it. And I don't know, it's just hard just being, and it just shouldn't be like that, and I just don't feel right.
So, since you like writing in your journal, would you mind going home tonight and writing 10 things that you like about yourself, or 10 things that you like doing? Okay, that'd be a good exercise, because it's really important to just identify a problem and just breathe and just notice that it is a problem, but not letting it control your thoughts. And you can get really creative if you want to, and even write 10 more. Alright, well.
In dialectical behavioral therapy, the therapist often gives assignments that will help the patient improve in 4 different modules: mindfulness, interpersonal effectiveness, distress tolerance, and emotion regulation. The assignment Dr. Sage gave Anne is intended to improve Anne's emotion regulation by allowing her to identify her problems, think positively, and control her emotions by writing and doing activities she enjoys.
Anne goes home that night but finds herself having difficulties making the list.
The next morning, Anne wakes up and is getting ready for a day out with one of her only friends, Maddy. She's not very excited about going out, but convinces herself that it will be beneficial to her health. Things are going all right for Anne until she gets a text message from Maddy. So Anne decides to send an angry text message to Maddy saying that she's a terrible friend. Anne sends the mean message but regrets it when Maddy replies saying they aren't friends anymore. She regrets her actions and attempts to say sorry. Anne is very upset and cries in her pillow.
So how are you doing today, Anne?
Not too well, actually.
Would you like to talk about it?
I mean, sorta. Like, I tried to use the techniques that you told me to, and that helped. Like, I did think about my actions before I reacted, but I still couldn't really control my emotions. And that actually got me into some trouble with my friends. Well, I mean, I don't really know if we're friends anymore.
That's alright, Anne. Baby steps. Slowly but surely we'll get you to a better place in your life, and I know relationships are really tough. Did you want to read your list to me?
Oh yeah, sure. Alright, okay. I like that I can bake, I can read a bike, I like my hair, I like my eyes, I can write stories and poems, and I like my handwriting. And that's about it. I know you said 10, but I could really only think of 6.
That's okay. It's a good start. So today we are going to talk about distress tolerance.
Distress tolerance is another module of dialectical behavioral therapy. This is when the therapist tries to help the patient change distressing events in life into positive ones. Dialectical behavioral therapy focuses on teaching the patient to bear pain in a skillful way. Distress tolerance behaviors are concerned with surviving crises and accepting life as it is.
Distress tolerance?
Yes, I believe that these skills can really help you, especially what you're going through right now. Alright, let's discuss the slogan, accepts. Okay, so accept stands for activities, contributing comparisons, emotions, pushing away thoughts and sensations. So for activities, we can put down read a book.
So for contributing, that's like helping others, right?
Yes, exactly. Do you have any ideas?
Oh, well, you can put help mom bake in the kitchen, I guess.
Perfect. Now, for comparisons, this means comparing a difficult situation you were in previously, one from your past, and recognizing and being proud of moving past that and being in the situation you are today. Even if it seems like you're never going to get past this moment, you will, because you got past one that was harder.
Okay. Well, I guess a few months ago I wasn't even aware of my disorder and I wasn't getting treated for it at all. So I guess today I feel as if I have a better understanding of myself.
Great, that's a great example. Now, emotion stands for doing things that create new and positive emotions. For example, riding a bike is fun, and you probably enjoy it a lot, causing you to feel happiness when doing this activity.
So for pushing away, isn't that the opposite of accepting your feelings?
Yes. Pushing away just means providing space between you and a situation that is causing grief. Think of it as an imaginary wall, and you want to get this imaginary wall between you and your feelings.
Okay, that sounds good.
Now, thoughts is doing things like word puzzles. And sensations are doing things that, like squeezing a stress ball when you feel tense. I know this seems like a lot to remember, but just try not to think of it as information you have to memorize for a quiz. These are skills meant to help serve as guidelines to help you get better.
Okay. I hope you have a good week.
You too, Anne.
Anne leaves the office and walks outside as she waits for her mom. Her mom is late to pick her up and she feels extremely upset about this. She decides to text her mom and ask where she is. And where were you? Mom was worried sick about you.
Like she cares.
Okay, whatever. She was just busy. Just make sure you grab something to eat, you little brat.
Yeah, whatever.
Individuals who suffer from borderline personality disorder may act on urges such as binge eating to cope with negative feelings. Feeling ashamed of how much a person is eating, they will often do it in secret and feel terrible about it afterwards.
Hello, Anne, come in. How was your week last week?
Well, not too good. I just really felt down the entire week.
Sorry to hear about that, but I'm also glad you're letting me know this. Is there anything you'd like to talk about in specific?
I really don't know where to start. I mean, I got into a huge fight with my mom and sister as usual, and then I ate a bunch of cookies and felt really bad about myself.
Something that my other patients like to make are these things called positive affirmations. They are like little quotes or something that you keep in a binder or a book. Here's a flashcard. You can write some down, and you just keep them in there, and you see them throughout the day. You know, you're just gonna write your day, and it'll help you feel better about yourself.
Can I talk to you about my mom?
Yeah, what would you like to talk about?
I don't know. I just feel like she doesn't care about me sometimes. Like, all she cares about is work.
Well, I can promise you that work is not the only thing she cares about. She was the one who suggested you come in here in the first place. She was obviously concerned with your well-being. Also, her and I keep in contact every week. She even told me about your little fight. She loves you, and I know you have a complicated relationship, but all teenagers do with their parents.
Thanks. It makes me feel better that she has been talking to you about me. Maybe I was a little bit hard on her.
Well, I don't want you to invalidate your feelings. That is part of what we're learning. You know why you felt this way. And it's okay to validate these feelings. Part of therapy is working with uncomfortable emotions.
Thanks.
I have another proposition for you.
What is it?
Well, I hold a weekly session with a few of my other patients that come here and also have BPD. They are great. They are a great group of girls, and we meet every week here in the building. I think they partly only come because I always make punch and snacks for them, but it is a great way to connect with others like yourself.
I'll think about it, yeah.
Well, it is this Friday about 3. Please consider it. I would think you would enjoy it and find it beneficial. There's also nothing to be nervous about because they all know what you're going through. It is really a no judgment zone.
Thanks. I suppose I'll see you then, but I am only coming for the food.
Well, if that's what motivates you to come, I'm fine with that.
Okay.